Welcome everybody to the official GCW LockDown 2020 match card announcement. We're coming off a very exciting GCW Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and now we're heading right into our next pay-per-view on the GCW live site in LockDown. We're going to be debuting our brand new LockDown cage structure, which we are very excited about, seeing that thing getting used for the first time here on the pay-per-view. And I would say, without wasting any time, we'll get right into the match card. So the opening match on this card is going to be a very exciting one. We're going to be putting the Cruiserweight Championship on the line in a lockdown cage match, 5-way elimination match. So the newly crowned Cruiserweight Champion Will Ospreay, who won the title in an amazing match against John Morrison at Money in the Bank, has to defend the title here. John Morrison also found a way in with his rematch clause. He kind of had to be put in this cage match here. Also, we saw the debut of Jushin Thunder Liger at GCW Money in the Bank, and he is going to be having his debut match at LockDown in this 5-way cage match, which I'm really excited to see. Then we have a Ricochet in the match as well. He made his return in the Money in the Bank ladder match, helping out Cedric Alexander after what the Hardys did to him on GCW Live. And now Ricochet was put into this cage match, getting a shot at the GCW Cruiserweight Championship, as Cedric Alexander will be in action later on tonight. So this is why we decided to go with Ricochet in the cage here. And also a brand new signing that we got in the effort to build up our Cruiserweight division. We will have Gran Metalik in this match, an absolutely insane competitor, and I'm very excited to see these 5 men square off in that cage. I can see a lot of high flying in this one, a lot of dives off the cage potentially, and it's going to be elimination, so we're going to see 4 pinfalls or submissions before we find a winner. And next match on the card is going to be a 6-man tag team match. For the first time ever, Seth Rollins is going to team up with his disciples, which are John Trademark, and now newly joined at GCW Money in the Bank is Viscera, who pretty much saved Seth Rollins the Intercontinental Championship. And they're going to be taking on the team of Keith Lee, who Rollins has been having matches with on pay-per-view since WrestleMania. You know, this feud is still not over. So Keith Lee is going to get joined by Jon Moxley, who was unsuccessful at GCW Money in the Bank in the GCW title match against Brock Lesnar. But obviously Moxley and Rollins have a lot of history too. Obviously, they had this crazy no-ropes barbed wire match earlier in the year, so it will be exciting to see them in the same ring again. And also on the team is Finn Balor, who was not on the GCW Money in the Bank show. He lost the qualifying match to Cody, but now Finn Balor is going to be back on pay-per-view, and I think this is going to be a very exciting 6-man tag. Seeing Balor again in action, having Moxley and Rollins go at it again, and seeing Rollins and his disciples in action together for the first time. So very excited for that matchup. Then we go into the next lockdown cage match, which is going to be between the GCW Money in the Bank holder, Jeff Hardy, who won the Money in the Bank ladder match, against Cedric Alexander. Obviously, we have seen a lot of problems between the Hardys and Alexander. You know, it was a big story in the Money in the Bank ladder match as well. And Jeff Hardy pretty much cost Alexander that match by throwing him off that gigantic ladder. It was absolutely insane. But Cedric Alexander will be medically cleared to be competing at GCW LockDown, and they're going to be going at it in a cage, and I'm very excited to see, because this is going to keep Matt Hardy out of all of this. So we will see how Jeff Hardy does without the help of his brother. Then next on the card is a very interesting match that I was surprised to see on the card. As you maybe have seen, we have signed Walter. We had a video out on that earlier in the week. and Shane McMahon is very excited to bring Walter in, and he wants to prove to everyone how much of a monster Walter is in the ring, that he's bringing in the great Khali from India, you know, who's obviously a gigantic monster. And we're going to be seeing these two go face to face, and could be very interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing Walter in action in GCW. Great Khali, this is just a one-time appearance thing where Shane McMahon pretty much wants to prove to us how impressive Walter really can be. So I'm excited to see how that goes. And then also, we're going to be having the Tag Team Championships on the line again. Now, the match at GCW Money in the Bank ended in big chaos as all these teams came running out. And this is why on the LockDown card, we're going to be having a gauntlet match for the Tag Team Championships. The Broserweights will have to defend against every team that we saw out there at GCW Money in the Bank. You know, Cena and Orton are going to get another chance. We're going to see the Young Bucks, who want to go after the tag titles again. Longest reigning GCW Tag Team Champions in history, by the way. Cesaro and Nakamura found their way on a pay-per-view card, so now they can't complain that they get overlooked all the time. So they're in this match. And then also the first pay-per-view appearance from Batista and Rey Mysterio. They are going to be in that match as well and have a chance on winning the GCW Tag Team Championships. Very exciting to see all that happen in the tag team division. And then now we have to go over to our main event of the show, and this could be very interesting as well, because we have Brock Lesnar putting the title on the line against Kenny Omega. This was the WrestleMania match. Kenny Omega, until WrestleMania, was undefeated in GCW, or better said, not pinned or not submitted. And Brock Lesnar was the first one to do it and win the GCW Championship with that. And now Omega is all cleared after what happened in the main event of WrestleMania. Lesnar's elbows are now banned, so Lesnar cannot beat Omega that way. And if you remember at WrestleMania, Omega did kick out of 2 F5s. He never hit the one-winged angel. So maybe Omega is one-winged angel away from reclaiming the GCW Championship. But also, of course, what happened at Money in the Bank is going to play a role, because Jon Moxley seriously injured the elbow and arm of Brock Lesnar. So can Kenny Omega use that to an advantage for himself in that cage match that we're going to be having on LockDown? That is going to be the main event, and it's going to be Omega's rematch, because he couldn't have it any earlier, since he just got medically cleared after these vicious elbows he received to the head. Chris Jericho still out of action because of those at what happened at WrestleMania. So this is the card for GCW LockDown. We hope you all enjoy it, and we're going to be starting to releasing this show on the channel within the next few days. So it's going to be starting. Hope you also enjoyed the GCW Extreme Championship match that we uploaded yesterday. And that wraps it up. Hope you're excited for GCW LockDown, and we'll see you on the show.